All right, let's do a real quick isometric drawing. The main thing you need to do is look at your part that you're sketching and make sure you're duplicating that. The first thing you need to do is establish the height, width, length, and depth. So let's say that our part is going to be this tall, it's going to be this deep, and then it's going to be this wide. And so we just establish those lines like that. We're just doing construction lines to establish the rectangular prism that this is going to fit in. Then we switch over and start doing our object lines. So you think about what face it's touching and how tall it is. So let's say that on this side, this part comes forward almost to the front and it goes 2 boxes up. Then it goes 3 boxes this way. And we have a shape kind of like this. And then across the back, it's going to go 3 boxes in, and then all the way to the top, we're going to have a little 4x4 part touching the top. And let's take this across to here. There's this. And let's say that this little thing goes 1, 2, 3 to here. That means this side has to go 3. This side also has to go 3. And we're just kind of making this up as I go. In reality, what you would be doing is using an actual part. Let's say that this goes all the way to the front, and then it goes across 2. It goes up 2, over 2, back 2. There's this. And now I have an extra line that I don't need, so we are going to go from here to there. And that goes across 2, down 1. And this goes across 2. That's a line right there. And a line right there. So there I have a rather complicated part that I just made up from my imagination. But what you would do is with your actual part or with your oblique drawings, you would look at that and then count and draw. So notice how right here, your isometric has to be on these axes right here. You have to go to the left, you're going to go up at 30 degrees, to the right, up at 30 degrees. Anything horizontal is going to be vertical. Okay, when you are done, it's important to shade. So these faces are going to be the fronts. They're going to be darkest. So we would shade all these dark. Anything that's a front face is dark. All these fronts. All these fronts. Anything on the side is going to be light or middle. And the tops will be white, so that's a side, right side. This is a right side, and this is a right side. This is a right side. I want your isometric shaded to help me understand the shape you're trying to communicate. Okay, so, and of course your shading would be a little nicer than that, but that's what an isometric should look like. So look at your part, figure out the rectangular box it would fit in, and then start with the sides that are touching the box and build your shape inside that. Now let's think about a multi-view, and this time I included a part for us to draw from. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to think about the width. When we look at this part, we count 3 boxes wide, and we're going to use 3 squares for each box, so 3 times 3 is 9. So we're going to go over here to the side, and we're going to draw a vertical line here. Let me make that a little bit darker. We're going to draw a vertical line here. And then we're going to count over 9 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw another vertical line down. This is going to establish the width of the part. Then we look at the height of the part, and we see that there's two blocks, and that means there's going to be 6 boxes tall. So we're going to go across here to establish the base, and we're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we put another line across. The next thing we look at is how deep is this part. We see it's 2 blocks deep, and that means 2 times 3 is 6. So we're going to go up here and we're going to draw a top line. And then we're going to count down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to draw across this way. Now we're going to go over here from our width side, we're going to move to the right a little bit and just pick a random space. I'm going to draw a line up and down, and then I'm going to count over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go right up and down right here. If I did my job properly, I can draw a 45-degree angle through those lines. This tells me the width of the part in the first column that we drew. Across the bottom, we establish the height of the part, and across the top and down to the right side, that establishes the depth of the part. So now we're going to switch to object lines, and we are going to look at it from the front. So from the front, we would see a shape like this. We would go up 3, over 3, up 3, all the way across, all the way down, all the way across. In the bottom right corner, we would go up 3, across 3, and down 3. That is what we would see looking at the front of this design, looking at it from at the front. And when we look at it from the top, we're going to see 3 deep, a rectangle like that. We are going to see a little box right here and a little box right here. So this is what we would see from the top. When we look at it from the right side, we would see an L shape. Over 3, down 3, over 3, down 3, all the way across the bottom, all the way up the right side. And we would see hidden lines right here. And we would see hidden lines right here, identified by using dashed lines. So this is how to do a multi-view. It's really important to look at your drawing, your reference drawing or your object, figure out your width, height, and depth first. You have to show me this line right here. I want to see this construction line first, then I want to see that your object lines are done.